today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Mitchell Trubisky taking the field to lead Chicago. Trubisky, the Ohio native, went to North Carolina, then drafted by these Bears as the #2 pick in 2017.
We've seen a lot of ups and downs in the young career of Mitchell Trubisky. 3 years with the Chicago Bears, and he's a young quarterback still learning on the job. But what numbers do you trust with him? 8-7, 15 starts last year, but he was 11-3 the year before. The Bears offense, though, in 2019, just 25th in passing and 29th overall. They're looking for Mitchell Trubisky to elevate his game and bring the Bears along with him.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain. I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, I haven't met an NFL player yet that doesn't use criticism as an edge, and Jimmy Graham has heard that a number of people think he's near the end of his career, and he didn't put up the numbers he should have put up in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to play with a huge chip on his shoulder. Nice catch there, and he wants to show flashes of that form that he exhibited early in his career with New Orleans and Seattle.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky, and the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and...
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
The ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
To Golden Tate. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and 2, Jones, and unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Bears take over.
The Bears take over first.
Another chance here to see what the Chicago Bears can do offensively. And, Charles, they got the win at Detroit in Week 1, 27-23. A very important Week 1 victory for them. Yeah, there was a late drop by DeAndre Swift that probably could have changed the fortunes of that game, but nonetheless, a road victory in the division. And the quarterback situation in Chicago always seems to be a topic, but Mitchell Trubisky was the guy, and when things got down at the end, he made the magic happen.
And I love how they stuck with him despite the fact they acquired Nick Foles, and many people thought Nick Foles would be the starter when it began. But as Trubisky struggled a bit in this game, they stayed with him, and boy, were they rewarded. 3 fourth-quarter touchdown passes. The Bears came from 17 down to win. And now, how about the optimism that reigns? They host the Giants this week, and they are 1-0.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kyler Fackrell showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. 2nd and 14. They go play action. Trubisky sliding. And the pressure gets to him again. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
36-yard line.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A first down carry for Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and
now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. And that'll set him back 5. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. And it's 3rd from the gun. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Sterling Shepard. Incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
Bears nothing.
So still no touchdowns in the 1st half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone, if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
All right, CD, I want to...
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Leonard Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. The Giants going to go ahead and use the 1st of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
30-yard line.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. Catch made by Slayton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Intended for Darius Slayton.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
On the play by Kyle Fuller.
To throw again, Jones. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. Mitchell Trubisky and the Bears set to begin their next drive. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
All right, this gives us a chance, Charles, to go back to your playoff predictions. We covered the AFC. What do you see happening in the NFC?
All right, let's go with the division winners. Dallas in the East, Green Bay in the North. Let's see, New Orleans in the South, and out West, San Francisco. Wild cards, I think two come from out West. Arizona and Seattle. And the third wild card, I think it's going to come from the South, and Tampa Bay gets in. Now, I don't believe Tampa Bay's going to the Super Bowl. I think New Orleans and Seattle will slug it out for the Super Bowl champs, and I'm going with New Orleans to find their way in.
Okay, so you got the veteran Breeze against Lamar Jackson in the Super Bowl, and who ultimately do you have winning that one, CD?
Oh, yeah, the old head and the kid, right? I'm going with the kid in this one. In a Super Bowl classic, Baltimore wins the championship.
All right, just so I go on record, I mentioned I'll take the Chiefs, and I'm going to take them over the Packers. So I think we'll have another young and old QB mix. Packers, a little bit of a surprise getting in there, and I'll take Mahomes with a repeat title.
I love it. A rematch of Super Bowl I, which was called the NFL-AFL championship game. Actually, the World Championship game when they played it back in 1967.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up in Lambeau, an NFC North battle between Detroit and Green Bay, and it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Aaron Rodgers has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Corey Davis, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. Tajay Sharp, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And he returns this to the 22.
On the return, the Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what?
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Bilal Nichols forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing Jones. He completes it to Tate. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. At each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, Jones. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And 8 yards.
1st down Giants. Jones to Ingram.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On 1st down, Barkley. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. I guess that was a little better. He got back to the line of scrimmage there after the loss on 1st down, but now you're still dealing with a 3rd and long.
So let's put on an offense coordinator hat. They've been very aggressive against the run the last 2 plays. I'm thinking screen right here. Let him come get the quarterback and dump it off. There could be some room to roam.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 24.
He'll set up the throw from the gun.
And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
1st and 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Cohen, the ball.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up
on 2nd and 9. Trubisky.
45-yard.
That's complete to Robinson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Ball carrier, Xavier McKinney on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Giants.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown here of the new campaign as the Bears push further out in front. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was polished off by a Tariq Cohen touchdown. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
He'll drop to throw.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
2nd down and 12 at the 19-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Operating from the gun, Jones, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking for his receiver, Sharp, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
The tackle made by Julian Love. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
from the 31, Trubisky, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He was covered by Xavier McKinney.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And down inside the 15 he goes.
That's good.
A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
First down. First and goal at the 40.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. 10 again. There to make the grab. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 30.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
It's now second and 10 at the
To throw on second and 10. Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of
12 yards there and a first down.
Giants.
Jones now throwing on first down. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
7 yards the pickup there.
They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Jones on first and 10. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Now Jones on first down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, but it'll be second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
On second and goal, Jones. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Now third and goal following incompletions on first and second down.
From the 2-yard line.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
Jones. So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 8. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now Jones and the Giants down by 15. A little under 50 seconds to go. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pick.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On the keeper.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Bears, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.